when you do these moves, it just builds so slowly that you're not likely to see that proc. Okay. Ruin's Great Sword is actually a very fun weapon. Check my recording. Who else is on my list? I guess let's go here next. Port Ferrith is probably the easiest way to get there. Is this the bear cave? Is this money I should spend? We're almost at 40. Once we hit 40, we're going to pivot and do some endurance. I would really be more comfortable sitting at around like 45 while I'm running around in this armor that doesn't even hit 41 poise. Or is that the breakpoint, or is it 51? 51 is the breakpoint. Look, I'm so close to the poise breakpoint, and if I just wore my helmet, I would hit the poise breakpoint, but then you can't see my hair, and my hair is fabulous. But I also would like to be hitting that 51 poise breakpoint, so we're going to put this helmet on. Listen, sometimes you have to sacrifice fashion for form. Where is this cave? I have no idea where this cave is. Because the bear cave is... Is this the bear cave? Hold on. Maybe this is the bear cave. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know where this cave is. There's a side of grace back there I probably should have gotten, because I feel like there's something that I used to do that involved farming down here. Yeah, okay. And I don't remember what this has, but this has a talisman that's good for builds. You know, let's just, let's put our proper shield on for one thing. I don't remember what the talisman is that's in here, but there is a talisman that's cool. It's a great talisman for builds. It's not in here, though. I don't think. This is like if I were going to go and actually run the dungeon proper. Which I am going to run the dungeon proper, but I just want to see... I'm like holding my breath as though the bear can hear my breath in the game. Be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Be cool. Hey, come on. You don't need to. There's nothing here, friend. Listen, I don't like fighting rune bears at the best of times, okay? Is it back here? Yeah, I don't remember what this is. Oh, this is the poise talisman, I think? Yeah, bull goats. What does bull goats do? Yeah, this is the poise talisman, which means we can get back to fashion souls. How much extra armor does this helmet add? Whatever, we're not using helmets. Man, it's been so long since I've used Bull Goat's Talisman for a build. You are probably where I want to be. I wonder if I can sleep pot. Can you sleep pot? I mean, because you always find the rune bear sleeping. Let's try something for science that may be horribly stupid. Yo, let's go! Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just gonna sneak on by ya. I think this is not the right way, actually. Get out the way, dears. Yeah, this is not the right way. You can critical them when they're asleep? I'd be a fool not to. Ha ha ha! Run away! That's not an exit. Ah! Oh, worth it. So worth it. Ignore the way I just squealed with terror. So worth it. Okay, well, I learned a few things today. I didn't know that you could critical them when they go to sleep. Hi, Wolf Ambush. Oh, I thought I couldn't fall. I should probably put on my lantern so I can actually see what in the world is going on here. Like the fact that I'm... Oh, not a dead end. Okay. Alright. Are we just... What are you? Oh, hey. Okay, I was like, are we just in the boss fight now? I thought so, but I couldn't tell. Alright, well, hold on. Excuse me a moment. I've done nothing to prepare myself for what I'm doing in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, a tap dance.
Excuse me. Yep, okay, hold on, just hold on. Would you stop, please? You know, it's just trying to do this while I'm also having to dodge this fool. Which is probably why this fight gives so many freaking runes. Because it's an obnoxious boss fight. Because it's like such a reactive encounter. Well, I'm gonna probably throw. I'm like doing the old man lean. Like if I physically dodge, then I can dodge the game. Elden Ring is life. If you die in the game, you die in real life. God, this is an annoying boss fight. I wonder if there's an NPC summon for this fight. Just like something to distract this other guy, so I can actually just like properly do the fight. Is it worth trying to top off? It was not worth trying to top off. Turns out it was not worth trying to top off. Oh my gravies, if I had not missed that. Come on, if I hadn't missed that swing, come on. This is just obnoxious. Okay. Whoa, hey, whoa, time to play a perfect game. Please turn camera, please turn camera, please turn camera. Okay. The thing is, I don't really know what's going to stagger him. I just don't want to have to redo this frickin' cave. Alright, let's just get in there. Oh, Lord. Okay, guys, look. I know that's not a particularly hard boss fight, but you've seen the kinds of fights that I've thrown on for no reason. I meant to get my, I keep meaning to use a pickle foul foot, and I don't. You've seen the fights that I've thrown on for no reason. So, sliver of health, you can understand why I was like, there was concern. There was concern there. Sweet genius. Okay. What's next on my boss list? I fought Putrid Avatar. Did I mark the cave? Okay. I fought Putrid Avatar. I fought the Apostle. Yeah, alright. I guess let's go do the Bell-Bearing Hunter. You've seen the fights I've thrown on. I think up there is where I want to be. Let's spend this money. 45 is really where I'd prefer to be, honestly. Okay. Let's switch to my proper shield for this fight. And I believe... So this guy sells a torch that you can use that... I don't know if it's the light of the torch, the scent of the incense in the torch, but it drives off beasts. And so it's a good one. I will never do a hitless run, but if you want to try a hitless run, it's valuable for that, because you can use it to drive the beasts off. I don't think I have to talk to the merchant. I think I just have to sit at the side of Grace. Maybe I do have to talk to the merchant. Is it even nighttime? It's late night. Yeah, okay. Do you sell anything else that I care about? Not really. And I think he has a back already kind of dialogue. Okay. So now I think I can trigger the boss fight? Okay. I wasn't sure if talking to merchants mattered. I also don't know where you spawn in from. Oh, you walk a lot longer than I thought you did. Okay, well. That's not off to a fantastic start. Okay. Well, hopefully that is not an omen of what's to come. Me throwing over and over and over again. Probably should have gotten my money. Didn't. So how many steps do you take before you do anything? So I can get a full combo off. I hard disagree. I hard disagree. That's not a parryable attack. That was horrible parry timing. Okay. Let's lock in and play like we have some gosh darn sense. Let the stamina recharge a little bit. Whiff. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that he was... That's phase 2 music. I think just the going rule that I need to bear in mind with Elden Ring is that everything is later than I expect it to be. Right, like I always dodge too soon, I parry too soon, everything is later than I expect it to be. Which really is kind of what Margit's there to teach you, is that Elden Ring, even with your really aggressive attacks, like, everything has this big wind-up in Elden Ring. that you are kind of not used to from other of Miyazaki's titles. That big wind up. It's attacks trigger faster, I feel like, in Dark Souls compared to Elden Ring. Go ahead and pop one for this because I think he gives a good amount of runes. Okay. It's a little bit wasted on him, but when we hit 45, then we'll pivot and start leveling endurance. Okay, that's another boss off the list. Who's next? Erdtree Burial Watchdog, where are you at? Minor Erdtree Catacombs. I don't know where those are. Okay, so you're another tree dungeon. I mean, I guess the Kala Maroons is the closest side of Grace I've got to there. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Listen, I know. You're just trying to have a nice lunch, dinner, whatever, and here I am just interrupting you, and that's very rude of me, but if you could kindly not turn me into your aperitif, I would be eternally grateful. Alright, I don't know where this cave is, but I have to assume caves go down. I'm just gonna go, like, way back here, because I'm not really sure where to go to get to this cave. I mean, it's not, like, right by the boss, is it? I mean, here's a minor Erdtree. I've just not really seen a dungeon that's by a boss encounter. Until now. Okay. Well, this would make a great side of Grace for that boss if it's giving me a hard time. I guess I can just keep this shield. I thought you were going to just fall. Didn't know you were going to be a dirtbag about it. Beyond that this is a duo boss, I don't really know anything about this dungeon. It's not one that I really run. So... okay, fine. I assume you're part of a forward party. Where there's one, there's several. Typically to bait you to come out and get jumped by the other ones. Yep, I hear you to my left. Excuse me. Okay, well that feels too easy. I mean, not just the obvious ambush, but just that being right there. Oh. Okay. With your being too short for me to critical. Oh, you're not dead. I really want the next Somber Stone for this. I mean... come on. Okay, so... I believe I know what I must do. Because there's not really anywhere to go here, so it's either going to be an invisible wall... or it's going to be... unless the thing was like right at the start and I just wasn't paying attention. It's back there. Yep, okay, kind of figured as much. But what's back here? Nothing I want. Oh, I'm really curious what that is, but... well, glad I didn't linger. Alright. Nothing I want. I figure if I don't know what it is, then I probably never use it in any of my builds, and it's not worth going and getting Scarlet Rot before a boss fight. You did that just to spite me. Okay, here we go. Let's try to... the floor is lava. The floor is worse than lava. The floor is vile poison. Alright, well that wasn't too bad. Oh, this isn't what I forgot to change my flask over. Whatever. Alright. Oh, do I have the thing? Do I have the thing? Hold on, do I have the thing? How many of these do I have the thing? Okay, let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this thing. Because I've never done this before. And I want to try something. So I have heard that you can use crystal darts to make them like attack each other. And I've never tried it. So I don't know if that was just a rumor or if I just didn't have enough. But oh well. That would have been neat. Where's my thing? That would have been cool. These guys just always... I don't have enough go-go juice. These guys just always weird me out. Oh, I can do another ring. I just want to get rid of, like, the more obnoxious of the two, and then I'll fight the other one straight up. I do kind of like that this is one of the paired bosses that, like, doesn't back off. Like, most of the paired bosses will kind of back off and give you a chance to 1v1 them. And this one and Bofa, the Bofa pair, just come right at you. They have no notion of fair play. Oh, you turn around so much faster than I thought you. I was like, I have enough time to get a charge attack off. Turns out I didn't. No charge R2 for me. Alright. You're stone, so obviously I can't bleed you, but just the damage output's better to just get a combo when I feel like. Okay, that's another Kaled boss down. And again, we can see the process of resurrection interrupted and stagnating here. Alright, we'll just mark this off here. And what is our next Kaled boss? Jail Cave is next. Yeah, it's so striking to me. And then I think about, like, for the people that are here, and you've just got the Erd tree in the distance. The site of the ruin, you know, of your homeland. So you've got the mark of... Is there a boss fight in here? Like, what is... There's something in all the ruins, and I don't know what's in this ruin. But you've got, you know, the... Your home has already been tainted by war. I can't see anything. Oh, hi. Your home's already been tainted by war. Now you've got all these mutated, twisted things roaming around. You've got the new... You still have the Redmanes fighting. Now the Redmanes are trying to fight against, you know, everything else that's taking over this place. And then, as though all the other insults weren't enough, you've got the Erd tree just... They're mocking you, right? Like, maybe you're praying, maybe you're hoping that Marika will descend and do something, but Marika doesn't care, right? And as far as you're aware, right, Marika's just about her ambitions, and now she's off doing, you know, she's being punished by the Outer Will. And you've got this golden beacon there, and at what point does it stop being something? What is the meteoric warblade? At what point does it stop being something? I mean, obviously it's an intelligence weapon, probably strength intelligence, I would guess. When does it stop being something that's a beacon of hope and start being something that you just look at as mocking you and your people's plight, you know? Sure hope I have enough, Okay, cool. I was like, sure hope I have enough to open this dungeon. We need 2 of those late game. I'm not really familiar with the jail cave. So this will be interesting. I mean, I've done an all bosses run at least once before, I feel like, but I'm not really familiar with this cave. I had to have done an all bosses. I did an all bosses. You know what? I don't know that I did all bosses when I was getting ready for the DLC. Actually, I think I just did all the things. In so much as, like, I got, like, all the spells, I got all the weapons, like the somber weapons. And I didn't get all of them. I got all the spells. Okay, I remember this dungeon. I don't like this dungeon. I feel like there's a lot of dungeons that I complain about. But this is... Typically, if I say I didn't like a dungeon, what I mean is that it's a dungeon that confused me. Like, I got turned around a lot. Like, I don't want to sound just, like, very negative about the level design in this game and what have you. That's not my intent. If I say I didn't like a dungeon, what I mean is that this is a dungeon that I found very confusing to navigate. And I spent a lot of time just stuck wandering aimlessly. That's more what I mean. And then in terms of, you know, the bosses that I feel like there's only a handful of bosses that I genuinely didn't like. And it's 2 different kinds of I don't like this boss, right? Like, there's the I'm bad at this boss, I don't like this boss. And then there's the I just find this an obnoxious boss, I don't like this boss. And so, like, the Godskins, I actually love the Godskin fights, because I'm not particularly good at them, but I think they're very interesting to fight. I think they have a very fun moveset, and they make you really have to think and really have to try. You know, I think they're not really bosses. Obviously, you can just, like, exploit their narcolepsy, but they're such fun and engaging boss fights. So I actually really love the Godskin boss fights. I don't love the Godskin duo, but they're just a fun boss. Falling Star Beast is one that I'm not great with the timing. And so the Falling Star Beast is not one that I particularly like, but it's just, I'm not very good at it. I'm trying to think if there's any bosses that I genuinely don't like. There's a few. Malekith is another really fun boss. He's like a spectacle fight. Malekith is really fun. I'm sure I've mentioned in the video boss fights that I just don't like, that I genuinely just don't like. I just can't think of them now. But I like the fights that give me a hard time because I feel like they're a hard battle. You know, like Hoaraloo, I feel like that's a really intense fight. It's one of my favorite boss fights in the game, if not my favorite in the base game. This is such an interesting place to think about. So it's a jail cave, so obviously as the name implies, it is where prisoners are sent. But I just think about the kinds of things that are trapped here, right? Like, so you've got the putrid rats, and prisons have rats, it's just a thing. But then you also have, you know, the militiamen, who are, you know, clearly like the guards of the jail. And I would presume that this is probably like a place where the Redmanes stuck their prisoners. Whoa, hey, that could have been bad. But it's interesting to me that so it's by a fort called Fort Jail, so that is a pretty self-explanatory name. So I would presume... And then you've got a duelist, which are remnants of the Crucible. So you've got a duelist that's guarding this place. So this is why I don't just go in and spam my Ash of War. because I feel like that was not a very interesting fight for you guys to watch. So obviously, like, if you just go in and spam Ashes of War, and again, like, you do you, I'm not slamming anybody for how they play, but I feel like in so much as content, if you just walk in and have every fight be, I just walked in and spammed my Ash of War a lot, I feel like that's not very interesting for you to watch. Regalia of Aoched. So this is like a weaker version of, and then, hey, look, there's a church over there. There's some kind of way that you can, like, jump up the geometry to get up here early, but I've never been able to do it successfully. I don't know if it's been patched out or if I'm just bad at it, but I've never pulled it off successfully.